Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Broncos and the reigning NFC champs, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff, and which should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Denver Broncos taking on the NFC champions. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunton. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn Ball Club. It's been a good season for them so far, and they're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here can really get the momentum going in the right direction.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that.
It's finally time for the main event here in 2025. Away we go in Super Bowl 59. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Next, receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now Wilson, option right. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Wilson's throw taken in by Edwards. From the 45 on 2nd down, Wilson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. Anytime you sack Russell Wilson, that's a win for the defense. But to get him here on his opening drive of the ball game, that's a really big win for that defense.
And the goal every week, keep him in the pocket. Don't let him get to the perimeter, because when he's in the open field, not only can he hurt you, but also you lose sight of receivers downfield, and they'll hurt you with big plays.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Kayvon Thibodeau. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 23. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the 1st time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his 2nd NFL season, already getting his chance. And we harken back to Dan Marino, another superstar, made it in his 2nd year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
He's got room at the 30, down the left sideline. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence.
And it's caught. Touchdown. From a yard out. And the Beats are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They try the left side here with Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Well, this is taken in, it's complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Wilson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. To throw again is Wilson. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously. And he's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game. But you have to wonder, will this haunt them later as the Super Bowl progresses?
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Nifty move. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. You look at this Super Bowl, the 2nd appearance for this head coach. The first one did not go as planned, as we all know, but what do you think he's learned from that first go-around?
He learned how much it hurts to lose, and that's what you hear from coaches so often. They don't remember the wins as much as they remember the losses. You can talk about the media, the scrutiny, the hoopla, but once you've had to shake a head coach's hand and jog off the field and know you have to face the media, face your fans, face your home life, knowing that you've lost the Super Bowl, that hurts big time, and they're going to do everything possible to try and prevent that from happening again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Toward the back corner of the end zone, and now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting...
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! A great effort there. His second touchdown of the Super Bowl.
And the Beats continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Well, let's look to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And this one is incomplete. On is the punter, Brian Egger, to kick this one away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. The drive starts with a completion left side. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Second and 2. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now, it's paying off for big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Throw left
left side complete. That's Brown. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll try and run forward with Barkley, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Beats are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now, start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Up the middle, it's Williams. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Back to throw now on 1st down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 26 yards. And the Beats are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Wilson will throw again. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And they will remain well behind. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright. And they're denied a chance at 3 points.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much.
So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half.
Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Broncos in that first half. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back.
And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, guys, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw here. This will be caught by Brown.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime and trying to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed in the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He'll get it up the middle. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Barkley.
They push forward, but I don't think it's That's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Does it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So now look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible, let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch. He'll be brought down in what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. An entire season coming down to this next quarter. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And as a result, possession switches hands. They'll start with the option. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. To throw here. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Barkley. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him now. A big part, no doubt, of why they lead in this Super Bowl. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 10 more there and another first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clipped him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Now Wilson, that one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Edwards. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. It's Edwards again.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. So celebration down on the field for a good, hard-fought victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.